The air hung heavy, thick with smoke. The planet of N3rth0u5 was a sprawling industrial behemoth, where the sky was perpetually shrouded in a blanket of smog. The sun's rays struggled to penetrate the dense, polluted atmosphere, casting an eerie, dim light over the landscape. The air was thick with the acrid smell of burning fuel and chemicals, a constant reminder of the planet's relentless industrial activity. The stench of oil and metal stung the nostrils. Factories churned day and night, their machinery grinding and clanking with a deafening roar. The ground was slick with oil and grease, and the air was filled with the metallic tang of iron and steel. Workers moved like automatons, their faces smeared with grime, their eyes dull from the monotony of their labor. N3rth0u5, a planet of steel and shadows. Its towering structures loomed over the landscape, casting long dark shadows that seemed to swallow the light. The planet was a labyrinth of metal and concrete, a testament to human ingenuity and the relentless march of progress. Yet beneath its gleaming surface, there was a sense of foreboding, a feeling that something dark and sinister lurked in the shadows. Towers clawed at the sky, spewing black clouds. The smokestacks belched out thick plumes of smoke, their dark tendrils reaching up to the heavens. The factories below were a hive of activity, their furnaces glowing with an intense fiery heat. The air was filled with the constant hum of machinery, a symphony of industry that never ceased. Below, a maze of pipes and gears groaned. The intricate network of pipes and conduits snaked through the planet, carrying steam and chemicals to every corner. The gears and cogs of the machinery turned with a relentless precision, their movements synchronized in a mechanical dance. The ground vibrated with the constant thrum of activity, a testament to the planet's ceaseless energy. This was no place for the weak. The harsh environment demanded strength and resilience. The workers toiled in the heat and grime, their bodies hardened by the relentless labor. The industrial landscape was intimidating, a maze of steel and concrete that seemed to stretch on forever. Only the strong could survive in this unforgiving world. In the heart of this industrial labyrinth, two robots waited. They stood in the shadows, their forms silhouetted against the fiery glow of the furnaces. They were enemies, brought together by a shared goal but divided by their differences. Their senses scanned the surroundings, alert and watchful, as they prepared for what was to come. They were shadows against the fire. The flames cast a flickering light, illuminating their metallic faces in a dance of light and shadow. They were both hardened by the harsh realities of their world, their expressions grim and determined. They knew that the path ahead would be fraught with danger, but they were ready to face it, even if it meant confronting each other. Their eyes glowed with an eerie light. In the dim light of the factory, their eyes shone with an unnatural luminescence. It was a sign of their unique abilities, a gift that set them apart from the rest. They were more than just ordinary robots. They were warriors, destined to clash in the battle that was to come. One, Raizaiz0rm, pulsed with energy. His body radiated a brilliant light, a beacon of hope in the darkness. He was a robot of light, his powers forged in the digital fires of the planet's core. His presence was a source of strength and inspiration, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there was always a glimmer of hope. He was a robot of light, forged in the digital fires. His abilities were a product of the planet's advanced technology, a fusion of man and machine. He had been trained to harness the power of light, to use it as a weapon against the forces of darkness. His journey had been long and arduous, but he had emerged stronger and more determined than ever. The other, Gh0zummi5t, was shrouded in darkness. His form was obscured by a thick, swirling mist, a cloak of shadows that seemed to move with a life of its own. He was a being of smoke and code, his powers rooted in the dark recesses of the digital world. He thrived in the shadows, his presence a constant reminder of the planet's hidden dangers. A being of smoke and code, he thrived in the shadows. His abilities allowed him to move unseen, to blend into the darkness and strike without warning. He was a master of stealth and deception, his every move calculated and precise. Raizaiz0rm and Gh0zummi5t were destined to clash, their contrasting abilities setting them on a collision course. They were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, even if it meant confronting each other in their quest to bring light to the darkness. A siren wailed. A challenge. Raizaiz0rm charged. The air was thick with tension, the kind that precedes a storm. The cityscape, usually a bustling hub of activity, now stood eerily silent, save for the wailing sirens. Raizaiz0rm, a warrior of unparalleled skill, moved with purpose. His eyes, sharp and focused, scanned the surroundings, anticipating the inevitable confrontation. The industrial setting, with its cold metallic structures, seemed to echo the impending clash. His movements were fluid, a dance of calculated aggression. Each step, each motion, was a testament to years of rigorous training and discipline. The industrial backdrop, with its towering machinery and flickering lights, served as the perfect stage for this deadly ballet. Raizaiz0rm's every move was precise, a blend of strength and grace as he prepared to face his adversary. Gh0zummi5t met his attack with a wave of darkness. Emerging from the shadows, Gh0zummi5t was a figure of pure malevolence. The dark energy that surrounded him seemed almost tangible, a force that could consume anything in its path. As the two warriors faced off, the contrast between light and dark became starkly evident. Gh0zummi5t's presence was a chilling reminder of the power of darkness. These two aren't teammates, they are mortal enemies. The ground trembled, sparks showered the battlefield. The two forces collided. The impact was cataclysmic, sending shockwaves through the industrial landscape. Metal groaned and twisted under the immense pressure, and the very air seemed to vibrate with the intensity of their clash. It was a battle that transcended the physical, a meeting of two opposing forces that threatened to tear the very fabric of reality. An explosion of light and darkness, the collision of their energies created a spectacle of unparalleled beauty and destruction. Light and dark intertwined, creating a mesmerizing display of power. The explosion was both a beginning and an end, a moment where time seemed to stand still, and the fate of the world hung in the balance. The very air crackled with energy. Every particle seemed charged, alive with the raw power of the combatants. The industrial setting, with its cold, unfeeling machinery, was now a conduit for the immense energies being unleashed. It was as if the entire world was holding its breath, waiting to see which force would emerge victorious. This was no mere battle. It was a test of wills, a struggle that went beyond the physical. Each strike, each parry was a statement, a declaration of intent. The industrial landscape, with its harsh lines and unforgiving structures, was the perfect arena for this epic confrontation. The stakes were higher than ever, and neither warrior was willing to back down. It was a clash of ideologies. Raizaiz0rm and Gh0zummi5t were not just fighting for dominance, they were fighting for their beliefs, their visions of the future. The industrial setting, with its blend of old and new, symbolized the conflict between tradition and innovation, light and dark. Each warrior represented a different path, a different destiny for the world, a fight for the soul of N3rth0u5. The city, with its towering skyscrapers and sprawling industrial complexes, was more than just a backdrop. It was the prize. The outcome of this battle would determine the future of N3rth0u5, a future that hung in the balance as light and dark clashed in a struggle that would echo through the ages. Raizaiz0rm unleashed a relentless barrage of energy blasts. Each one crackled with raw, destructive power. Gh0zummi5t, a master of illusion, vanished into thin air. He reappeared behind Raizaiz0rm, striking with lethal, shadowy tendrils. Raizaiz0rm spun, his energy blade humming with deadly precision. He deflected each attack with unmatched precision. Gh0zummi5t was fast, unpredictable, but Raizaiz0rm was relentless. He pressed his attack with unyielding force, driving Gh0zummi5t back. The tide began to turn. Gh0zummi5t's once relentless attacks grew sluggish. Raizaiz0rm's energy blade sliced through his defenses with precision. Each devastating strike weakened Gh0zummi5t, draining his power. Desperation fueled Gh0zummi5t's wild attacks. He unleashed raw, untamed power, but it was futile. Raizaiz0rm's strength was unmatched. He had masterfully adapted to Gh0zummi5t's tactics. The tide had irrevocably turned. Raizaiz0rm's form flickered. His armor shifted, morphing. The metal plates moved like liquid, adapting to the new threat. Each piece of his armor was a testament to the advanced technology that powered him. It wasn't just protection. It was a weapon in itself, designed to counter any adversary. He had analyzed Gh0zummi5t's attacks, learning his weaknesses. The AI within his suit processed countless battle scenarios, each one revealing a new vulnerability in Gh0zummi5t's strategy. Every move, every strike, was calculated with precision. Raizaiz0rm knew that understanding his enemy was the key to victory. Now, he was ready to exploit them. Gh0zummi5t, weakened and desperate, tried to flee. His once formidable presence was now a shadow of its former self. The injuries he sustained were not just physical, they were a blow to his confidence. Each step he took was a struggle, each breath a reminder of his impending defeat. But Raizaiz0rm was upon him. He struck with the force of 1,000 suns. The energy from his attack illuminated the battlefield, casting long shadows and highlighting the desperation in Gh0zummi5t's eyes. The power behind Raizaiz0rm's strike was not just physical, it was the culmination of his determination and the advanced technology at his disposal. Gh0zummi5t screamed, a digital death rattle. The sound echoed through the industrial setting, a haunting reminder of the cost of failure. His scream was not just a cry of pain, but a final acknowledgement of his defeat. The digital world around them seemed to shudder in response, as if mourning the loss of one of its own. His form dissolved into wisps of smoke and data. The once formidable Gh0zummi5t was now nothing more than a memory, a cautionary tale for those who dared to challenge Raizaiz0rm. The battlefield was silent, save for the hum of the advanced machinery that had witnessed the clash. Raizaiz0rm stood victorious, a testament to the power of preparation and technology. Raizaiz0rm stood victorious. He absorbed the remnants of Gh0zummi5t's code. Knowledge was power, and Raizaiz0rm would use this power to protect N3rth0u5. The smoke began to clear. The first rays of dawn pierced the darkness. A new day was breaking over N3rth0u5. A day of hope, a day of serenity. The only sound was the wind. It whispered through the broken machinery. A lone figure stood amidst the wreckage. Raizaiz0rm, guardian of N3rth0u5. His work was done. For now. But he knew that the fight for N3rth0u5 for all worlds was never truly over. He would be ready. He was Raizaiz0rm, and he would not falter.